We are back here in a neighborhood that you guys have been absolutely loving, which is Willoughby here in Langley. And right behind me, these are the townhomes that we're going to be taking you through. Now, this is a brand new project that has just released their first set of homes, and something I know a lot of you have been loving are these rooftop decks, and this project is one of those. They have some of the largest rooftop decks as well as most beautiful finishings in the interior, and I'm super stoked to be taking you guys through 2 units today. We're going to be showcasing to you one of their middle units as well as their larger corner unit, which is absolutely stunning. And of course, at the end of the video, we're going to take you through the pricing as well as the different floor plans they have and what this project entails. Now, if you look behind me, you can see these are absolutely beautiful, and I can't wait to show you the stunning interior. So without further ado, let's get into it right now. All right, guys, so let's take a step into the first home that we are going to take you through today. And this one is, this one's actually going to be their larger unit. And then the next home we're going to take you through is going to be a little bit smaller, but they do have some different features and the floor plan is completely different. So behind this door, this is actually going to be their side-by-side 2-car garage. Right now it's their sales center, so we're going to leave that alone. But in this lower level, as you come in, you have a den space. So right now, again, this is kind of set up for their sales center where they can have a bit of a meeting, but you can set this up as a den, maybe if you want to turn it into a home office. But now as we turn up here and go upstairs, this is a very interesting part of the home. If you see that, the stairs that take you from the lower level to the main, and then from the main to the upper level are all on the same side. So this is quite different from your traditional floor plan where you have to go around the living room and walk up to the upper level. This one is all directly on the same side. Now, I'm super stoked later on to take you guys, of course, to the rooftop patio, which we'll get into. But first, let's take a second and look at this main levels. So right when you get up here, you do have a coat closet, and this is not just a coat closet, this is actually also a storage. So this is quite a convenient space because if you walk up here, you have guests over, you can put all your jackets, hang them up here, and then if you need and you continue walking here, you have some extra storage space that wraps all the way around underneath the staircase. This almost feels like a miniature Harry Potter home. But now getting into this main floor, this is going to be their floor plan for this larger unit. The next home that we take you through is going to feel quite different. So this one is kitchen, and then you have your dining and then living. The next one, everything is more integrated together into a bit of a wider floor plan, but we'll wait to get into that one. Now, if we step into this kitchen, you'll see, first of all, that they are using Fisher and Paykel appliances all around. And this is a nice L-shaped kitchen with a good sized window right here in front of your sink. And we'll take you through to the patio in just a second. But first, if we open some of these up, we'll show you the amount of storage you have, which I know what you're thinking. If you're looking at this, you might be thinking, oh, that's not enough storage. You only have some lowers and a bit of uppers, but that's why there's a pantry, which we'll take you through. And then this is included, actually, everything is blended in. They have their washer, and then they have, of course, their gas stove. And let me just continue to open a few of these up for you. Now, if we turn around, you have a small island here. It's not super large and it's not super long. You can fit, as you can see, 2 chairs in there. I don't think you'll be able to do 3, but this might be a nice little area if you want to just have it be used as more of a breakfast bar. And here you can see all the space that you have in the living room, which we'll show you more of that. But first, if we come into here, you'll see you do have a designated pantry area. So like we said, don't worry about not having enough cabinets in the kitchen itself. You have a completely separate pantry right beside the kitchen. And if we go right beside there, this is going to be your powder room here on the main floor. And right to the side here, you have a balcony, which the rooftop patio, if that wasn't enough, you also have this easy accessible from your kitchen. So maybe you want to sit up here and have your morning cup of coffee. But if we keep going on, now this is obviously, it's a bit of a small table. And if we zoom back, you don't have the largest of spaces for your dining table. You could probably, if I were to live here, put a rectangle table going from the wall along over here so you can maximize your dining space. And then if we turn to the right here, this is a fantastic living room. Looks super cozy, and you even have this extra space back here to set up a desk like they do, or if you want, you can slide the couch all the way back there, which opens up more space for your dining table. And above that, you're further away from the TV, which I know some people like. But why not? Let's sit down here, give you a point of view as to what it looks like if you're just winding down here in the living room. Yeah, very, very comfortable. So this is already a solid distance, but I know some people might want to make this living room feel even larger by scooting that back. Maybe they don't need that extra table down there. And of course, you do have some large windows, and this is a corner unit, so you have windows going all along the side there. So you definitely won't lack any natural light coming in. And this is going to be the street view. Now, if we continue going further along, let's take these stairs up to the upper level. And right when you get up here, you're faced by your stacked washer and dryer. And this is going to be the stairs that goes up to the rooftop patio, which we're going to get to in just a second. So this is going to be secondary bedroom number 1, and I hope you can appreciate how much light you have coming in, how bright this bedroom is. And that's of course because this is a corner, so you have the windows over there and you have the windows on top of your bed as well. So this is a good sized secondary bedroom. As you can see, you can fit a bed, put a desk over there, and this is going to be your closet, which is pretty standard size. And if we go right next door, this will be secondary bedroom number 2. You don't have the windows there, of course. You're sharing a wall. On the other side of this is going to be another unit, but this is still, again, another good sized bedroom. And if we creep in here, you have a tiny bit of a walk-in closet, barely a walk-in closet, but this is a deeper closet and more narrow compared to the other one. And if we go right here, this will be, of course, your shared bathroom. You have a tub. And I really like the colors that they've used. Very simple combination of black and white, and also this light wood color tone. And if we step into here, this is definitely the star of this upper level, because this is, as you can see, a massive primary bedroom. You have these huge windows to the side, as well as some windows to the left and right of the bed. And this is a massive king size bed. You still got space for your bedside tables over there. And right in here, this is going to be your primary closet. So this is not as big of a walk-in closet as some other places, in the sense that it almost feels like a whole room. So you can still walk in here. It's not as deep, but if you measure it from left to right, the length, the width of this, it's still pretty decent size. And for those people that have a bigger wardrobe, then you'll probably need to add something else in this room. And if we come here, this is your ensuite, where you have a standing shower. And no double vanity, you only have one sink over here, but that's just something to note. So let's go further along. I know this is probably the part of the home that all of you have been waiting for, which is, of course, the rooftop patio. And if you take the stairs right up here, it leads you to your private rooftop patio. We'll step outside and give you a good look. So unfortunately, today is not the nicest day out. It's actually raining today, but you can see still, we got some good light, that how much space you actually have right here on the rooftop patio. So this actually has 580 square feet up here. You have space to put in a table, to set up I guess a halfway golf mat. You can set up more seating over there, put your grill out here. This is a fantastic spot, whether it's a summer and you want to have some friends over to do a barbecue, or if it's winter time, maybe you get a bit of snow up here, you can play in this rooftop deck as if it's your backyard. And I want to note something of this little pocket that they've developed on. This is a very quiet area. If you look to the left, you got plenty of trees, and right across you have a lot more nature. So this is definitely going to be for a certain crowd, the people that, you want a very peaceful, very quiet area, nothing too much to your surroundings. And at the same time, the great thing about this neighborhood is that you're very close to all your daily amenities. So that actually right over there, that's going to be the next unit we take you through. And we'll cover a lot more about the amenities and what you get in this area. But that's it for this unit. Make sure you stick around because I think the next unit you're going to absolutely love the main floor that they have to offer, even though it is a bit of a smaller square footage. And of course, at the very end, we're gonna get into all the pricing and details of this project. Okay, so the next home we're going to take you guys through is this one right in front of us. And this is great. This can give you an idea of what the garage is like. As you can see, it's 2-car, side-by-side garage. You have some racks going on over there. But here we go. We're gonna turn left and walk into the second unit that we have prepared to show you guys. The floor and plan to this is completely different. And right when you enter the front door, to the right will be the door to the garage. And this is the classic type of townhouse where when you walk in, you're greeted by a flight of stairs, which brings you directly up to your main level, which I know some people don't mind that at all, but some people may not like the idea of having a flight of stairs right away. And this is an interesting spot location for your washer and dryer. It's located on the main floor as opposed to the top floor. So you won't, I guess if you're running it at night, have as much noise. But at the same time, maybe some people think it's a bit of an inconvenience. Now, as we walk into this main level, you're going to see the complete different layout that this floor plan has to offer. So this unit is a 3-bed, 2.5 bath with 1,510 square feet in its interior. So I don't think we got into the details of the other unit, but that one was a 3 and den with 2.5 bath and 1,742 square feet in the interior. So quite a bit of a different unit. And right away, I hope you can see how drastic of a change you're going to have by being in that floor plan compared to this. You don't have your L-shaped kitchen here. It's a completely different kitchen style. And also you have a bit more of a formal dining space that's not in between the kitchen and the living area. This is a very designated space for your dining. And then right behind here, this is your standard, typical living room, where if you're in the kitchen cooking away, maybe you're washing the dishes, you have a view of everything to your side here. And instead of it feels like a rectangle, longer floor plan, this one feels more square and everything more integrated together. And you do have these windows to the side, but of course this is not a corner unit, so you won't have windows to the left and to the right of this unit. Now, if we keep moving along, I want to point out a few other things. This is your coat closet. Again, it's not going to be right when you walk in on the lower level, but it's going to be up here, which if you were to store some shoes here, that might be a little bit problematic, but this is definitely a great spot to hang up your coats. If we turn in here, I really like the location of this pantry. It's hidden, tucked away, almost behind the kitchen. So this can be a little secret hideout. You can stash some goods, some food you don't want to share with other people. And then around here, similar to the other unit, you have some additional storage space underneath the staircase. Now the color scheme of this is also different. It's the darker color scheme. So the darker one, typically you want to have that if you are looking for a bit more of a luxury feel, luxury look, as opposed to the brighter one, it gives you that more upbeat energy type of feeling. So this is the main floor, and now let's go on upstairs. And as you can see, they have carpet on these stairs, which if you would like, this is an upgrade to turn it into laminate. The other unit had laminate, but this is a good example for you to showcase that both the stairs as well as the upper floor will have carpet. Now this is going to be the primary, which we'll show you last. But first, let's step into one of the secondary bedrooms in this unit. You have your closet right when you enter in, and this is going to be bedroom number 1. So of course, this is a smaller unit, and the bedroom is also smaller, but you still get these good sized windows. And of course, the closet that we just showed you. And if we turn left here, this is bedroom number 2. This is more of your typical standard looking bedroom. And again, both these rooms feel a little bit smaller than the other one. This is kind of an interesting layout, interesting feature where you almost have a perfect cutout for a bed size. And if we turn around here, you have some space for your desk and sneak in a little window over there. Now Now this, of course, is the shared bathroom. Everything else is very, very similar to that other unit that we took you through. The biggest difference is going to be the floor plan, which this one, as you can see, is completely different. So this is the primary, where the layout is different, but the size of this walk-in closet feels very similar. But if we continue here, also the primary bedroom size for this unit is going to be slightly smaller than the other one as well. So this looks more like a queen size bed, and you can fit your bedside tables, as opposed to the other one, which is right across over there that you're looking at. So that's the one we just took you through with the massive primary bedroom. And the interesting about this one is that the ensuite, actually, they were able to put in double vanity. So I guess there's always pros and cons depending on which unit. It's hard to have it all, but this is a glass shower. It's a very standard bathroom in here. And if we go up, we'll of course show you the rooftop deck, which this one is going to be a middle unit. So you will have people to your left and to your right, but let me just step out to give you a bit of an idea. Now, the great thing about this deck is that even though it is a middle unit, you still have ample of space. So you can set up, as you can see, chairs here. You can have your barbecue over there. And it's like a U shape wrapped around. Now, if we come over here to the edge, this is of course going to be your neighboring unit. And same thing on the other side. There you have it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour of both of those homes. And of course, now we're going to get into the pricing, as well as the different incentives and different details regarding this project, whether that's the different floor plans they have and whatnot. So this is a boutique project. They have 32 townhouse units. That's all they are releasing that they have planned for. And right before we get into the prices, I know there's a bunch of different projects coming out in this area, as well as just overall in Metro Vancouver. So if you're interested in, for example, a townhouse unit like the one we toured today, or maybe you're looking for something a little bit bigger, something a little bit smaller, there's so many different projects, so many different developers, and there's pros and cons to each. So if you're thinking about making a move, you're interested in that, make sure you reach out to us right now. I'm gonna leave my contact information right up there. You know, there's so many different projects and we love it. We get calls and emails all the time from people who are interested just like you in these different projects, and they don't know which one to go for because there's so many different ones. They want to know the ins and outs and all the details regarding these different projects, and that's where we would love to step in and be of value and be a resource for you guys. So go ahead and reach out to us right now. Now, getting back to the prices, the first home that we took you through, that is going to be their A plan, and they do have some variety in terms of the different units. Even the same floor plans might have minor differences depending on which unit that it is. So for the first one that we took you through, that first show home, that is going to be their A plan. So like we covered, that is their 3-bedroom plus den and 2.5 bath unit with 1,742 square feet in its interior. And then the rooftop deck, that has 579 square feet. So that is a good size unit, but also not their largest home. They will be releasing that shortly, which is going to be their largest home, close to 2,000 square feet in its interior. And that one has a starting price of $1,600,900. And then the second home that we took you through, that one was the middle unit and a little bit smaller. That is their 3-bed, 2.5 bath unit with 1,510 square feet in its interior, and then the rooftop deck is 519 square feet, and that one has a starting price of $939,900. Now, this project just released their first set of homes, and they are doing some special incentives as of right now with a lower deposit structure of 5%, as well as $20,000 worth of upgrades. So whether you want to put that into AC, laminate, whatever the case may be, they have a bunch of different upgrade options. So again, if you're interested in all the details regarding this project or any other ones, go ahead and reach out to me. But with that said, thank you guys so much for sticking around and watching this. And as always, I'm going to link some other tours that I've done in this area right up here, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Peace.